Hey y'all, this is Nathan Garrett here, and I want to welcome you back to the Garrett Racing Team. If you're into race cars, short track racing, NASCAR, iRacing, or just any high performance automotive deals, classic cars, that type of thing, then you're in the right place. Because we talk about all kinds of stuff such as that, how to maintenance them, how to do setups, how to repair, and even just driving and racing in general and all this stuff. So if you're into that type of stuff, I appreciate you coming along and checking us out, because there should be some very good information for you to learn and grow with us as we take this journey with this open wheel modified and some other stuff. What we're going to be doing today at the race shop is unpacking this box that you see here. So I ordered these from a company called Track Rats. They're on the West Coast, but have some really reasonable prices on setup equipment for race cars and that type of thing. And what this actually is a set of roll-on or roll-off setup pads. So you actually put your scales that you weigh your car on these aluminum setup pads, and you can roll the car on and off, and it gives you some nice clearance underneath the car to work on this thing, because our ride heights are about 2 inches off the ground. So you really don't have much room once the car is lowered to the ground to get under there and make adjustments and things. So these things actually help you get off the floor, put your car on there. You can do all your setup and scaling, and it actually makes it a good level surface too to set up on. This concrete floor that we work on is really nice, really flat, but these actually have leveling legs on them to actually get the setup and squareness perfect, so that especially when you're weighing out, that affects your weights and everything. So we're going to get in here, unpack this, kind of go over, do a little review on it, and kind of show y'all guys what they look like and go over some more details. So, and if you would, hit that like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel and our Facebook page for our Garrett Racing Team. It really does help us out, y'all. Makes this car faster and helps us get around the track better. Really do appreciate it, guys. All right, y'all, let's get into it. All right, y'all, we're going to get this box opened up. I've actually kind of opened the back side of it up already, just because I was really interested in what they look like. But we're going to flip this thing down and start going through what's actually in here. So there should be 4 individual pads that will go underneath the car, because we got 4 wheels, right? So each pad will contain a slot or a little recessed area for the scales to sit in, so that when we weigh the car out, we can actually roll the car on one side up onto the scales to get our weights, and then when we want to do our setup, we can roll back off and still have a nice surface to go on. So we'll go ahead and get the first one out. As you can see, they package these things up really nice and tight. Like I said, I've already opened everything and was just curious of what they look like. Let me grab my handy dandy scissors real quick. They did a real nice job wrapping all this stuff up. Just so you know, where I got these from was a website called Track Rats, and it's spelled T-R-A-K-K-R-A-T-S, Track Rats. So a little bit different on that end, but they had some really good prices, y'all. I got these for about half of what you normally see on like your Jegs or Summit Racing or anything like that. And the main thing that I seen on their website was, we sponsor everybody. We keep our prices low so you can put more money back in your car. So I guess they're a small company, and I don't mind helping out and buying stuff from these smaller teams, just because, you know, they're going to the racetrack too, and it makes a difference with these small companies. So I'm getting it out and just taking a look at it. I really like what I'm seeing here. They have some really good ideas on when they built these things. Just to kind of give you an idea of how these work, y'all. So if you can imagine, if these were actually on the ground, and the car would be sitting one tire right here, this little recess area I was talking about right here, your scales would go in here, so you can actually roll your car off onto your scale and back on the pad again, and this helps get you up off the floor. Very nice. I like the way they made these. If you look on the bottom, they have this little, I guess you'd say they bent the plating, which gives it strength, because instead of being just a flat area for it to sit on, it'll be basically these two little bends here, or ribs, will help give this flat surface some rigidity to it, so it doesn't flex. And you don't want any flex or anything when you're setting a car up. You want everything to be as tight, rigid, and have no compliance as you can. I mean, because if you get to moving around some, that's where you start getting your numbers messed up and that type of thing. So from what I can tell, y'all, it looks really nice, really nice. I like how they did this. They actually left the for the sheet metal, they left it wrapped in plastic, so when you get them, they don't have any scratches, which is a nice look. Really like that. So if you ever buy a new appliance or something like that, y'all probably seen they leave the plastic on there, so you'll have the nice smooth finish when you get on and get to using it. So this is what the pads look like. Again, there's that Track Rats logo. It looks like on the bottom here where these threaded holes are, they have these plates that they welded some nuts on. So you put your leveling legs in right here. On each side, you got all 4 corners. Actually, we got 6, so that's real nice, y'all. That gives you a really nice level surface. Plus, it gives you, 6 points of contact instead of 4. Added strength, and again, with your rigidity thing that I was just talking about, really makes a difference when you're setting the car up. So let's get in here. I'm gonna unbox the rest of this and see where our hardware is, and maybe get one of these put together for you so you can see what's going on, all right? Now we got the box unpacked, and we've got our first 4 set of pads out. I'm gonna go through this hardware box, kind of show you what came along with it. As you can see, they more or less throwed it all in one box, which is fine. I like keeping all my stuff nice and together like this. So these little L brackets, you may wonder where would these go and why would you need them. So we basically got 4 of those, 4 L brackets, and each one of them goes with a pad. So imagine this being bolted on to your leveling pad like this. And what this does is when the car basically is on here with the tire sitting on it, it keeps the car from rolling backwards off the pad and possibly damaging something or getting you hurt. So very nice. I like this. It's a safety feature, and plus it's a nice, basically easy access or easy, more or less dummy-proof deal to where you can kind of bump your car up against it. You know it's going to stop there every time. They gave us the hardware to bolt that all together on a pad. On top of that, they gave us 24 of these leveling legs. As you can see, really heavy duty. I like the looks of these. And what they'll do is there's 6 per pad. So since we got 4 pads, we got 24 of them, right? So that's going to go on there, and it'll help us level the car out so you can adjust the height all the way around, put your level across it, and have you a nice level surface for when you do your setups. Also, before we get started, I want to go over what tools we're going to need for this job. So luckily, since this deal is made in America, fabricated in America, all standard stuff on here, so we don't have to use any metric tools. So the leveling legs, to assemble those, are going to require a 3/4 inch wrench and a 1/2 inch wrench. And then the backstops, little L brackets I showed you, that's going to keep the car from rolling off the stands. Those bolts require a 7/16 inch wrench. And I'm telling y'all guys, these are some really well built pieces here because threaded holes everywhere. No nuts that you're having to put on the back side of any of these studs. Very nice. I like that. So it makes it real easy to assemble, and you don't have as many pieces. So it's really good. I really like that. All right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to assemble one of these to show you how I do it. And I hope you enjoy this little time lapse I'm getting ready to do. All right? got done assembling all of these leveling stands, roll-off stands, however you want to call them. They turned out really nice, guys. Take a look at this. As I was assembling these things, I noticed some more and more stuff about them that I really like. So again, all the holes were threaded that we had to bolt all this stuff to. So as you can see, the backstop, this keeps the car from rolling backwards on us when we're basically got them up like this. So as you can see, your tire would stay here and keep it from rolling off the stands. Your scale pad goes in here. But again, guys, all these holes are threaded, so I didn't have to have any nuts on those. They've got a nice engraved, basically, deal here telling you that this is a roll-off stand, part number, all that. It's a really nice little touch on there. Also, access holes all the way around for your leveling legs. So you actually put an Allen screw in here once you get these down on the ground and can fine-tune your, I guess, your levelness or squareness so you can get your car ready and set up. So let me show you how the pads actually fit in here. So I'm gonna pull one out real quick just to show you. So here's one of my scale pads that you could run, you know, there's 4 of them. And what we do is, what you would do is you could either put it in this way, so it's level from here to here, you can see that, or you can put it in this way. Then your cable could run out basically this front slot here, the little cutout, and really nice touch, guys. I really like the way this looks. It's going to help us be more accurate, more true on our readings, because when you put these things on the ground, just not going in too depth on how all this works, but if you don't have a level surface, let's say one side's higher than the other, that affects your corner weights, and it'll give you a misreading on actually how your car is scaled out and how it's going to handle. So you want to have the truest, levelest place you can when you're scaling a car out, getting all your weights right and doing all your geometries and everything. So another cool feature about these things, guys, it's going to get me up off the floor. So these cars have a 2-inch ride height minimum. So we try to hit that to get as much center of gravity down as low as we can. So it's nice and all to be low like that, but when you're working on them and scaling them out, getting all your setups dialed in, it's really hard to work on it when it's on the ground like that. You can't really run your arm up underneath anything to make any adjustments to get a wrench in there. So these will actually get the car up off the ground, but will still give us our ride height. So you just add, if these things are 6 inches tall, then you would just add 2 to 6, so you'd have an 8-inch ride height and set up everything off of that just as your reference point. And it would really make it nice to work on. We also have a new laser system that we're going to be trying out on this car that scales the car out in terms of squareness. So how your rear end sits in the car. Some people like to cock their rear end. If you can imagine, these are your two tires and wheels, and they're attached. You can actually lead the right rear, or the left rear, and that'll actually end up having handling characteristics. It'll change being loose or tight. And also from side to side, how the tires and wheels on the rear end housing, are they sticking out too far left or right, that type of thing. So that laser system will give us all that, but that laser system also needed the clearance that we needed for this. So as y'all probably already know, with certain projects you work on, one thing leads to another. When you buy one tool, you got to have something else to kind of get you even that much further down the road. And guys, this stuff hasn't happened overnight. You know, all this stuff has been years and years in the making. We do a little as we can. I done the floor setup deal for as long as I can remember, y'all. On this concrete floor, scaled all my cars out, have some real good success with that. We want to get that much better, y'all. That's how the guys are out there dominating, winning races. You got to get that every little bit that you can, because it's not one thing that makes you dominate. It's a bunch of little things that add up to be one big thing. So just wanted to kind of go over this tonight with y'all, just showing you how we're using these tools to make us faster. Looking around, shopping, getting some best deals that we can, and also talking to some local teams and fab shops. I'd rather support those guys in these big name brand deals, but it's nice to help the little guy out too with all this type of stuff. So guys, I really hope you appreciated this video tonight. I'm going to do more of this stuff. We're actually going to get in detail on the actual setups, how these things are going to be used, all that type of stuff. So if you would, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel on YouTube, go on to our Facebook, like our Garrett Racing Team Facebook page, And also comment if you hadn't already. Comment in the comment section. If you got any questions about any of this stuff, I'll be happy to answer it as much as I know, and we'll get some more information on that. So, all right, y'all. I appreciate you coming along for the ride today at the Garrett Racing Team's race shop. We appreciate you always sticking around and listening to what we've got to say and what we have to present. All right, guys. Until next time, be good.